right, blessings, everyone. This is Jaya, and I'm so glad to be here. So glad to see you. We've got the mic, we've got the setup, and I actually won this on a raffle. I won the whole setup for the iPhone, professional or semi-professional videos. I wanted to make a video today because it was a year ago when I was making a copious amount of Facebook Live videos as I was in a hotel room in India in a state that was wild. And let's just say wild. Let's not say crazy. And to this day, there is still not absolute, total, definitive answers on what happened in that. What I do know at the core, it was an initiation. And it was an initiation with a goddess and with forces of creation that I am humbled and so grateful to have been able to meet at such a deep level, a profound level, and to participate in a way that I was completely unprepared for, as usual, as initiations are. You're never prepared for it, but 100% committed to. And that is the secret. So when you are committed to life, when you are committed to your guidance, the messages, your heart, your soul, the vision, the children, the earth, when you're committed, you're going in and you're going to be following your heart and come what may. And so a lot came, honestly. We had no idea that was coming, but things were already starting to happen before that, where I could see everything that was built on Jaya, trying to play small and hide and pretend and play a little supporting role. All of that started to crumble before my eyes. And the lesson of enlightened co-commitment, right? Co-commitment in service to a vision. And not looking for safety and protection in the outer masculine, but in really bringing those places inside, allowing them to expand, unfold, awaken, kundalini, all of those good things. That's what was happening. And so much gratitude for all of that was happening. And lots of trash trucks seem to be going by, so we're just knowing that a lot of trash has been taken out of the collective field, because what was so clear to me, this was not just my personal initiation, transformation, going to the next level. It was so much about being there for the women and the children and all of us, right? Because we're all in it together. And coming back to my own spiritual roots in India, one of my spiritual roots, it was about so many things. So when I was in that hotel and putting out the Facebook messages and being in a state that many people still believe was in some form or some way drug-induced, what also might have been happening is for many years I was on a living foods vegan diet. And even though I wasn't, 100% right before India, I certainly had been in the year before, had gone back into that with the help really of yogi friend Manish, who was with us, and that divine connection provided so much inspiration and activation and initiation. It was part of the initiation. And so that whole change had begun the year before even getting to to England and then India, and doing the work that was happening there. But one of the things is I did start having some milk in India, some goat's milk, and some of the dishes that had some milk. The reasoning was, this is a different kind of cow, right? These are holy cows. They are loved. They're taken care of. It's a different thing. And my body still might have had a strong reaction and said, sorry, Jaya, that's not what we're doing anymore. So that could have been part of it. That could have been part of what happened. And in doing research on it, I'm just so grateful to be here, because I've seen cases where there was not a recovery, and cortisone shots and all kinds of things were going on. And I really attribute it to the living foods and to the spiritual practice of coming into a state of oneness and flow and meditation. So whatever brings you into that state, and for me it is sitting meditation, and I've also discovered it's creative. It's when I go into creativity, I go into that state of flow. So when I'm writing a song, when I'm singing, when I'm working with someone, because that's a very creative space, that's what actually grounds me to this planet. So when some of those things stopped, because the field was clearing, and everything that was not part of this next cycle was clearing out, or it was being met to see if it is part of this next cycle. So a lot of meeting karma, revisiting karmic connections, and really getting clear on what's here, and allowing it to come to completion. It was so much about this last year. And so now there is a space, and continues to be a space, for the new to come in. And I'm seeing more, we have grandmother back here on the guitar, seeing more music, seeing more dance, seeing more story, and things that can't even be imagined right now, I'm sure. More poetry, Rumi, Hafez, the mystic poets, and then also original poems that come through in service to inspiring, uplifting, awakening, healing, transforming, heaven on earth for all beings, and especially enthusiastic about what's happening with the younger generation and with the kids. On one level, not enthusiastic as just horrifying, the suicide rates, the opium use, just not even going to say some of the other stuff, right? It's just, it can be very dark when you forget who you are. And so part of this intention and this work is bringing forward structures, classes, events, ultimately, that will help that population, when they're drawn to it, if they're drawn to it, if you're watching this, to have a space where you can be true to yourself, to your own guidance, to your own heart, and find ways to participate, to create together, right? And to bring forward this vision that we're seeing of what's possible. So much is being seen now of what isn't working, what hasn't been working. So it's time for new potentials, possibilities, and finding out what does work for each one of us. It's different. It can be very different for each one of us, what really works and what's really in harmony with our own purpose and our own life and the way we live, do what we do, whatever that thing, the way we be. And so the woman I'm working with here has had a major change, transformation, healing, and it's so exciting to watch, and it's so just humbling to watch the way the energy works and comes through, along with the plants, the plant food, and getting things into the body that are deeply nourishing. And we went to an event the other night. It was last night. So we went to an event, and we've been there several times, the woman's house, and she's been there before I ever got here. And one of the women She looked at her, and her eyes literally, she just went, "You look like a different person." And the client friend, all one-on-one clients end up becoming friends, because how could you not? I mean, when you begin to see the amazingness in someone, and the beauty and the wholeness and the grace, and support the emerging of that, it's a very deep process, and I'm so grateful to be able to participate in that. So there's been a lot of weight release and a lot of release of other things, and it's a journey continuing for her and for all of us, because we're all on it, we're all in it. And as things release, new things can come forward. And that is what is happening on the planet right now. We're doing a major purging, as well as new growth is coming through, and the new technologies that are coming through. It's very exciting. So we'll continue to post more, and I will use these, I'm assuming from this point on, we'll be using these microphones, everything that we won in the raffle to make these videos, in a place of inspiration and offerings and sharings. And I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what's coming forward for you, or any remarks, anything that you have that is in this new conversation, where we are emerging, where we are rising from the ashes of where we've been, and coming into that place of authenticity and sovereignty and unity, working together to bring about. You fill in the blank, because what is it that you see for the world? What do you want to bring about for the world? What is your vision? That's it. Feel like because that's what it's like. We all have our own little part in the collective song. And so honoring your part, and honoring all the work that you're doing to bring that out, and to release whatever is in discord and disharmony, in service to that beautiful divine song being played. And so it is. All right. Blessings. And until next time.